Yeah, the White Wolves, right? The Walking Dead White Wolf. What happened to them? They're gonna come back though. I got a
They've
feeling they're
got
gonna be
to.
back. They'll be back. I'm pretty sure about that. So
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of enjoying that hook as well because they were building like these zombie man traps, which is fantastic. You know, you run into this kind of warehouse place and you trip over a piece of wire and then all these trailer doors open and you've got all these zombies pouring out. You know, it's just
those guys
man.
were
I mean,
pretty hot. Yeah, those guys were pretty
yeah, I
hot.
thought that was
So
great. It's just like
yeah.
they're actually using the zombies to their advantage to get what they want. I mean, that's great. That's how it should be. But what happened to them? They just fizzled out because suddenly they started following the comics, I think. So there was a little bit of a script writing change there.
I think they wanted to. I'm going to go back and I'm going to say it again. If you haven't heard in any of these previous episodes, but I believe that The Walking Dead has too big of a budget right now and has far too many episodes. And for that, we're getting a lot of stuff that's just I like to call it filler.
Yeah,
It's filler. You know,
exactly what it is.
right. So
You know,
this is Red and my what's it called? Chewing life fat. Chewing the Fat of Life series.
no, chew on life. It's a chew on life.
It's a chew on life. We're having a chew on life. So that's what this series is all about. And we're still going on about ranting about Walking Dead, which we still will watch. Don't get me wrong. Anything that's been said up till now, I'm still hoping for some sort of redemption. Something that they're going to do that is going to make it more true to the earlier seasons. Because right now it's really kind of formulaic and it's it's getting to be, to me, either I can guess what's going to happen or now even Terminus was superb, right?
Yeah, Terminus was great. I mean that was
Carol came back out of nowhere and that was just freaking awesome, right?
Yeah. This is why Terminus was so perfect. There are a couple of people in that. They were not big threatening guys like Negan's meant to be, who it obviously isn't, but they were just really unhinged. I mean, seriously unhinged. Not like Negan. Negan doesn't even seem unhinged to me. It seems like he's just playing at it as a bit of a persona. But there are a couple of guys in that, I mean, that really they were very, very twisted. And that was what was scary about it. They had all of this really well planned out that they were just going to slaughter people and eat them. You know, they understood what was going on there. This is the apocalypse. They need to survive. They need to eat. And this is what they did. They draw people in and they slaughter them and they eat. Now, I mean, fantastic the way that turned out. I mean, I think one of the greatest episodes, and there have been some great episodes in The Walking Dead, was Tainted Meat.
Oh, that was great.
And this still, again, this was to do with the Terminus people as well. So
yeah, that was great.
It was just the best comeuppance. It was
poor Bob.
Poor Bob. But man, I mean, this is what the show really was all about.
That was awesome, I gotta say.
It was just, right. Poor Bob. He knew
I saw that coming too, though.
Oh yeah, he knew he was going, but the beauty of that moment. That was just fantastic, and that's really what the show was about for me. And you're right, I'm still going to watch it. I do not believe it. I keep saying I'm going to stop watching, but I bet I don't.
I mean, I watched in a diminished capacity. Like I watched in a diminished capacity. Like I'm not. There's plot lines and stuff like that I can absolutely just kind of ignore for now and then maybe revisit it again in a marathon or something like that. But essentially I just watch to see what the main thing is, who the main people are, if the main person's going to die, and if they're going to pull any sort of trickery or what they're trying to do with that. Other than that, I find a lot of it to be just drawn out stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, I agree. So with all the fillers,
I can't watch those when I go back. And it's having a marathon. I will skip that season pretty much, and most of the other season because I'm just not. I don't want to see the governor's story again. I found that it was very contrived and drawn out. So And I'll probably do the same thing with Negan. So let's just wrap it up and see what happens. But I don't want to see this guy for the next 2 or 3 seasons.
No, so that's that.
Let's bring it.
Yeah, they need to bring it to an end. They need to really kind of try and kill it off by the end of this season. Bring it to some sort of conclusion.
Now, Terminus
I know what they're going to do.
Terminus was great because it was over. It was over even quicker than I thought it would be. So I thought that was great. Boom, boom, boom. They're gone. They're out. The Governor, a couple season and a half, and now Negan going to be just. It's it's unnecessary. I want to see them going up against zombie threats more, and I want to see them doing more zombie-ish type deals. But I find that the conflict with the sociopaths and the psychopaths, I'm not seeing it. I think people would have kind of risen up against it or something. So, if that's what their portrayal of the apocalypse is going to be like, then obviously I think Rick's team is going to be too small to have survived against. If there really was like a big paramilitary operation, I don't think Rick's team would have survived. And just to even put that point any further, so you're saying that the entire United States military could not stand against the zombie threat? There's no squads, troops, anything left. That's what you're saying, that the zombies especially wiped out fully armed, trained military people that they just took. There's no more anywhere, right? The city of Atlanta they were in, and the outskirts of Atlanta, there is no anything anymore. No cops, no nothing. I mean, honestly, we don't give humanity a much better chance on that. What you have is stragglers, a guy with a tiger. This is what I'm supposed to be, come on. I mean, honestly.
So you're telling me that a military base, there wouldn't be a military base somewhere in the US that would have survived this. I mean, let's think about this. When the group were at the prison, they just had a chain link fence there that kept the zombies out. So chances are, if you're at a military base, you're going to have probably a little bit more of a robust perimeter as well. I just can't believe that there would not be pockets of the military about. Certainly that would have maneuvered from maybe a remote location to a more central one where there are more military personnel. This is what the military would do. They wouldn't disperse themselves and stay in tiny little pockets. They would move centrally to one location. They'd have communication. They'd be in touch with each other. It's the military. This is what they do.
I know. I mean, there's nothing. There's one guy with a guy with a mullet. That's the whole military that's left on the fucking earth.
That's it. Abraham was the only
military guy that's ever left, right? But yet there's bands of roving. So here's what you're saying to me. This is good, because this is good. Children out there, understand this. You don't want to join military and do all sorts of wholesome shit. If you want to survive the apocalypse, you got to be like a biker or a drunkard or something important, something that's going to last, the end of humanity. Because obviously, ragtag teams of just people and bikers and people clad in leather can survive the apocalypse much better than trained personnel. Military, anything. Not even the people who have crawled out of the bunkers yet from the Congress and shit. We don't even see none of that. It's like ragtag groups of scattered people and there's no infrastructure from the known world whatsoever, which is like amazing to me. That's just amazing to me.
I know. This is what makes it even more unbelievable, isn't it?
You have to be bitten and you have to die, right? You have to die. So either all these people mass died and then became zombies, obviously, or they're still out there somewhere. I don't know.
They've got to be out there somewhere.
I mean, the CDC had one guy in it, right? They went to the CDC. There was one guy.
There was one guy.
What happened to everybody? Like, what do we think happened to everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I find that. I mean, that CDC place was extremely secure as well. How come there was only one guy there? That didn't seem right. That was right at the start of the whole thing as well. So even that didn't seem right.
Well, back when we didn't question anything.
Yeah, back when we didn't question the thing.
Yeah, that was back when we didn't question anything.
Yeah.
You know. So now, all that being said, so we're here with the Negan thing, and I don't remember what happened at the last. What was the cliffhanger that actually happened?
The cliffhanger was there was Rick and a few others that turned up at Hilltop, and they said, "Yeah, you're right. We should stand and fight. Let's get everyone together." So I think then they're going to go off and see
the gun people.
What's his face with the tiger? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, yeah. So they're going to obviously try and team up with them. But as we discussed as well, Kaz, we know what's going to happen. Those poor ladies who've formed themselves quite a nice community, traumatized by what Negan obviously did to their male partners,
right,
have gone off and found themselves a nice little haven somewhere that nobody knew about, and are now going to be completely betrayed by one of Rick's crew. So they're obviously going to go there and they're going to nick all their guns.
Right.
It's inevitable, isn't it?
Well, I mean, as soon as I saw them, I said, well, that's their whole plot. That's their whole...
Of course it is.
That's their existence right there, is their cache of guns. I mean, that's all that they're important about right now. That's the story in a nutshell. They have a lot of guns. You saw when they grabbed all those guns. They have a lot of...
And then we've got the wild card. The wild card is the guy at the boat house.
Yeah.
The swampy thing. So we just seen his boots so far. So that could be anyone.
Right.
So I don't know. Could even be the White Wolves again. I don't know. Seems a little bit of a zombie trap. So maybe it is.
I think the wolves might be back as well. Yeah, the wolves definitely.
Yeah, let's hope.
Be back.
Let's hope.
You know, they didn't. I mean, they're still out there, so you know. But so, yeah, I mean, that's probably that's one way that this can go. So, and if you know the comics, you probably know already how it's really going to go. Right? I mean, that's what I'm starting to think, that if you follow the comics, that you might actually have one up on a lot of things that could happen.
Oh, I'm starting to think, should I just read the comics and forget about the TV program?
Well, I got kind of upset because I know people that read the comics, and they were like I said, it felt like they had, you know, they knew something about it. But I'm like, well, you know, that's kind of raw because I don't read the comics, and if I read the comics, then obviously I won't need to watch the show. I think that's a little bit over, you know, that's obviously an exaggeration, but yeah, because then they could say, hey, listen, he's going to do this next, and this was going to happen next, and this. I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are you going to do, right?
Okay. So, how long have we been going now? I think we're about 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
Yep, I got about 13 minutes in, so not too bad.
Yeah.
Talk a lot of shit, Red.
Yeah, that's not bad. 2 hours and 21 minutes. So,
all right, I'm gonna get back to base, and then we're gonna call it quits.
Yeah. I think we're getting close to wrapping this one up, and
yep.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the frequency of how often we're going to do these. So, you know, watch out for them. They pretty much are going to be on Kaz's channel and my own channel as well, and maybe on Zheads TV.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, keep an eye out for them. Stay tuned, and look out for the podcast as well if that's your thing. So we'll separate the audio out into a separate podcast.
Yeah, we are going to figure out the logistics of all of that.
Yeah, and then you can listen to us talking shit for a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's what it should have been called. Talking shit.
Talking shit.
Chew of life, or talking shit.
Chew on life.
Yeah, chew on life or talking shit. I can't get that.
We're gonna have to change the title. I
can't get the title. I couldn't get the title once. I haven't gotten it right once yet. So I tried it and I haven't gotten it right once. So And we're going to bring this to a wrap. And if you enjoyed these videos, you know, leave us a like and say what's up. And shout out to anyone that I missed and all of our friends out there. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. So just look for us. All the details will be in the description. So I hope you enjoyed. Red, I really enjoyed. That was a lot of fun.
That was great fun. Thanks so much, Kaz.
We'll definitely do it again very, very soon. So thanks for watching, everyone. This is Kaz and RedMonkey, and we are out. Peace.
Okay, people. Stay classy. Don't have nightmares. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.